When we hear few days ago, said Tinubu won't borrow another $20 billion. All of us holla. You all said this country, you all said the country, $20 billion again. Anyway, Presidency had come to explain. They said they're not they borrow the money once. In fact, they're not they borrow the money, they just they take permission from the National Assembly to be able to borrow the money for the for 2025-2026 period. And the fact say they go even get permission, not me say they go borrow the money. So more will take a message. Let me show you this.
The presidency has clarified President Tinubu's request to the National Assembly regarding Nigeria's 2025-2026 borrowing plan, emphasizing that the president is not seeking a lump sum of $20 billion. Well, according to the special assistant to the president on social media, Dada Olusegun, the document sent to the National Assembly details a comprehensive 2-year framework for both federal and state government external financing. He also stated that the framework includes a proposal for the federal government to raise $2 billion domestically for infrastructure, adding that National Assembly approval does not mean automatic disbursement or full utilization of the entire amount. Vimbai, we saw the story trending. It's good that the presidency has clarified it, because obviously when we saw that amount, $20 billion, and only a few weeks ago they said they've cleared the debt of the IMF. You wonder, like, why is it? But now they're saying it's not just for the federal, it's also for the state, and the state needs support from the federal in order to borrow, internationally as well. Your take on this?
Which I don't think it makes a very big difference. This is almost just, it's us. There's a popular term called mansplaining.
Right.
When you're trying to explain something in different terms, or maybe in more palatable words. Because in essence, everybody is going back to the MTEF document for 2025 to 2027, and the parameters stated within that document. But the concern around that document for me really is the fact that some of the assumptions, most of the assumptions that we've used to come up with our calculations are already null and void. So for example, we're using a $75 peg on oil. We're using over 2 million barrels per day projection for oil output. We're using an exchange rate of 1,400. So yes, as much as what is happening here, to put it in very plain terms, is that the president is saying that I need to be given room to borrow up to this amount. Yes, but let's look at the likelihood that we will borrow that amount. And I think that's where the conversation is really happening. What is the likelihood of that this debt ceiling will be reached, and what will it be used for? So in essence, we're still saying the same thing, is that the reality has now dawned on us that we will struggle to make it through the next couple of years without aggressive borrowing. So yes, this clarity is important because it's not a single loan that's, that is being applied for, that's being dispersed, but ultimately it's saying that over the next couple of years, this is an assumption or a projection of the borrowings that will need room to make. So it seems to me different sides of the same coin.
It's the $20 billion, isn't it?
He's just saying the same thing and putting it in other words. So you are saying, okay, the president is asking the National Assembly to give them permission. May they borrow up to $20-something billion. But not me say that they borrow the money now. Don't me say they go even borrow the full money. We know this country. You cannot get Tinubu permission to borrow $20 billion. May not borrow. He go borrow. Because what they are looking for is money to share, not money to take care of the country. That's one. Secondly, all this money, what will they use and do? When we collect the money, they'll tell us what they want to use the money to do. When you see what they want to use the money to do, you'll find that say this very thing they don't do one before. They don't do one last year. Every year, now with the year House of Assembly, they say we won't buy new motor. And they buy motor last year. What do we do with the money? The crime is not to borrow. The problem is not to borrow money. The problem is what do we do with the money? Apparently, we're just looking for money to share. Now, once we borrow this money, now our total external debt will be 183 trillion naira. You are increasing our debt portfolio. Meanwhile, you yourself will call yourself the president. You know if you be like who go take life in the next 30 years. You call by leave us, who will call the suffer, and you putting everybody in trouble. I really don't see what they're doing with the money. This country will they so we never get one good hospital where if you treat governors. Yet we are borrowing billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. And we know they see what they do. Now be Lagos to Benin, where we not fit drive for better road so. Now be Lagos to Abuja, where we not they see better road so. So what are they doing with this money? Can't we fix our problem in-house? Must we borrow money? Because now you are borrowing from in dollars, you are borrowing from Asia in yen, you are borrowing from Europe in euros, you are borrowing around all the continents. Oh boy, now what for you? You borrow America, borrow Asia, borrow Europe, still borrow Africa. Hey, now what?